All right, everyone, welcome to our gameplay of Silverquill versus Silverquill.
Yeah, we should say starting out, like if John and I come to the same conclusion right off the mark, that a certain color pair is strong, you can take that for what you will, but it probably means these are the colors that you likely should be playing, right? I mean, John and I are both previous league winners. Not saying that we don't make mistakes, that we don't see things, but we probably have a fairly good nose for this stuff, I would think.
Yeah, I don't make mistakes ever, but I
I
do
I do, John. I
I
do.
I do sometimes mulligan into oblivion. So I'm gonna go down to 5 here.
Let's see. I mean, how mulligan-proof your deck is probably some sort of indicator of your building skill, right?
You know what? That's true, and I don't hate what I'm looking at right now. I'll tell you that I do not. Um,
Sometimes that's the best you can hope for.
let's put back those.
Good luck and have fun. Obviously, John, you've got something to prove this week.
Yeah, I mean we
'Cause
did.
last week, the numbers don't lie. You got schooled.
Yeah, if we had the tape to back that up, I would love it. But it's
Somehow our editor lost that file.
lost to time forever.
So sort of convenient, but we will be keeping a running tally,
Oh, you
of
have to.
our performance here.
And
At
we
least
still.
I will. I'll be reminding John of all the matches that I've won and keeping diplomatically silent about the games that I lose.
I would also love to hear from people's decks that we make and play, and see if they actually play these decks. Because I know Steve, who we did last week, said he was taking your deck into practice games and he was liking it. So I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. And one of the things we talked about prior to the show this week was that we want people to sort of justify why it is they're running the decks they are and what problems they see with their pools from their perspective, so that we have a sort of way of assessing uh, their perceived difficulty with the deck and see if we share those. So far, it looks like 3/3 tokens are better than Billy Riders with no combat trick support. That's what I would say. That's the first thing I'm noticing about these the mashup between these decks.
Yeah, but you got your blue mana; they're ready to go.
I do, right? And that's worth something. Now let's see if I draw one of those uses for the blue mana. That might be different.
Now, was there? I noticed you didn't include any straight blue cards.
No.
Any thought to like wanting to put in like a Ledger Shredder, which is a great card, but you're not really playing blue? Or you,
Yeah, I don't know if it's really yeah, I don't know if it's that good that would justify something that really needs the blue mana to be played. So here's a card that you chose not to include, and I did, right?
Yep.
We'll see if this 5/5 Tree-folk Warlock.
No, it's gone.
Oh no, not justified. Turns out it was a bad choice.
But think about the life it could have gained you.
No. Ah. All right. Well, what do I do? What do I do now, John?
I mean, I don't know.
My tanks have stalled. Um,
They've stalled. You cast a 1/3 and a 5. You cast two cards.
I've just been attacking you with a goat, a Kithkin Knight, a Billy Rider, and that's the game plan.
Okay, well,
I don't know if that's sustainable, frankly.
probably not.
Oh no,
No, probably not, Chris.
John, this is not how we do this. We talked about this.
I mean, certainly you have some kind of removal or something that you can
No, I just have cycling stuff.
just cycling stuff.
At any time I could sacrifice the shattered seraph, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, that's exactly how that works. Let's just make this guy a little bigger.
Want more?
I want more.
Want more? More damage, you say? And right into my trap.
Ooh, is colorless monocolored? Could you target colorless if you wanted to?
No, it's not. Sadly.
Interesting.
And then you'll notice that here we go, the 5/5 finally earning its supper.
Yep. This is why he's in the deck, right?
This is why it's in the deck. It's to soak up all this damage. Look at you. You're trying to live.
Trying to live.
I'm trying to live too. We're all just trying to live here.
Oh no! I guess my thing doesn't die.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
I eat your tricks. I eat them right up.
That's okay. I'm gonna gain 7 life.
There we go. It'll live. There might be blood.
But now,
And
yeah.
here's where my deck turns the corner, right?
Yeah,
Ideally.
this is good. I was hoping that I could get through and then kind of jump my 3/3 over your stuff next turn for the kill, but did not happen. Although, do I attack into this? Do I want to trade my 5/5 for your 4/4?
I mean, I'm tapped out, so anything you do now is it's legal and it's consensual. I'm gonna let it happen.
I think I do. If
You got to tell me if you got a trick. Tell me.
I mean, between our decks, if one of them's gonna have tricks, it's gonna be me, right?
I'm gonna gamble that you haven't just drawn into a trick.
No, you got it.
That you're willing to trade a 5/5 for an angel.
I am. I want the
Yeah,
survey.
I mean, you get the surveil trigger. It's not for nothing. And I might not make that block if I wasn't already behind. You know.
That's
Oh,
okay.
look at that. That's a beauty.
Comes right back. There's
There's that Yorion synergy that we were talking about earlier
Yeah.
with the gift of completion.
And I got rid of your
That's
flyer.
the hot stuff. That is the hot stuff. Now the question is, do I just attack into that regardless? Because the parlance of our times, I am the beatdown, right? I've become the beatdown.
If you think you're the beatdown,
If you think you're the beatdown, are you the beatdown?
I don't know that you are
Discuss.
the beatdown, but I will allow you to think you are.
Now, here's where the bladed
Ooh,
battle fan
I
is
like
actually
it.
better than your combat trick. Look at this.
I like that a lot.
That's gonna stave it off.
That's actually
York thinks he's a lot of things.
Gonna stave it off. 1, 2, 3.
How's
like
he?
it.
How's that little Kithkin gonna reach that big scary sky snake? Oh,
I don't know if the
Hard.
Kithkin's living.
Sacrifice a non-token creature.
What was that about the beatdown?
My Kithkin brings all the children to the yard. Well, I guess
You can set the
yeah. I'm gonna
5/5.
have to-
That's fine.
I'm pretty sure your Kithkin is going to the yard, not the other way around.
Yeah, this is perhaps going to hurt. Remember, John, during the podcast section where I said that fracture was removal?
Yeah. And I said, whoa, Chris. It doesn't hit creatures. And here we
It's
go.
also life gain. It turns out it's removal with life gain.
That's a card.
That's the hidden mode. Oh, don't mind if I do. Oh, maybe. Hold on now.
Maybe.
Hold on now.
I need you to get like 4 more cards. In
Hold
your
on
graveyard.
now.
What does this do? I haven't
I'm
played
going to
this.
give you the chance. John, I'm going to give you a special one-time chance
Mhm.
to block with Shieldred. And you're going to be able to get your surveil off it at least, right?
No, this sounds like.
I'm willing to let this happen.
I think I'm okay.
Your last chance.
Interesting.
You're going to say, why didn't I block with Shieldred? This is what that's what history will record this as being the moment that Shieldred should have been just used to surveil one.
Strongly disagree.
So it's like you could have so much in your hand that like I
have exactly one card in my hand.
I know, but it's like I'm at 5. I can't take a hit.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, I've
But
got
can you take a hint?
I kind of got you on removal.
Pseudo removal.
Oh no,
Removal with life gain.
that life gain.
Well,
Whose pool is this?
This is Zeke's pool.
Oh. No mascot
Decided it was a
exhibitions.
Silverquill for life. OM Jesus.
Let's go.
That is
Now,
desperation, my friend.
now
That is
that's a
desperation.
Koffler. Now that's a Koffler's if I've ever seen one.
And all right, and then you grab. See, if you grab pest summonings there, I'm kind of in more trouble.
I did well. You can see what I got. Yeah, I mean, I guess I was thinking you'd play a creature instead of wiping the damn board. But you know, you do you. You do you. If I was clever, I guess I could do this. Oh, my fan.
But
I'm gonna win the slow and dirty way.
look, you have exactly one fan. You should keep it.
I mean, I could kill my fan and make a non-land permanent, but if you play something absurd, I want to be able to have the interaction. And it's a 2-turn win with Killian, regardless.
No, that's a good call.
I mean, if I
I don't
had
know
a
if it's
fan, I wouldn't want to get
I don't know
rid
if
of
it's
it,
a
you
good
know?
call. I don't know if it is a good call, but I do know that I think next turn I win regardless.
What if I gave my creatures +2/+1?
No, I
So
had
you put a card in the graveyard and pass the turn.
And then concede.
no, I had predicted that Inspired Charge would be stranded in your hand.
Let's remember that was a mold of 5. Okay. That
All
was
right,
that was
all
a
right.
close game
That's
for a mold
fair.
of 5.
All the trash talk in the world doesn't change the fact that I was advantaged in that match because of.
So I guess you both came to the conclusion that black white was the deck. It was the way to go.
Yeah, we both came to black white. York has a
It
little.
wasn't like last week where I think we had different colors last week, right, John?
Yeah, last week we had pretty different builds. This week we both decided black white with a handful of cards different. I'm not sideboarding. Who would be kidding? Maybe I should bring in my fractures for your fans.
That would be a debate I would love to win. If I could convince you that the fractures actually are removable, I think I don't even need to win the match.
Look,
I'd rather win the game.
York usually has no fans, but in that game he had exactly one, and he wanted to get rid of it.
I mean, he would have won if he would have done what he was talking about.
You need all the fans you can
I mean,
get.
he won anyway, but he would have won faster.
I think there was a safe way and there was a risky way to do it there.
I'll tell you, since no one can see, but I cast Crux of Fate, and then I put the 7/6 dragon on top, but I was 1 land short of casting it. So,
Oh no!
Okay, that tells me what I need to know.
That doesn't die to a Crux of Fate.
no, if I would have drawn them,
Yeah, the dragon does not. Well, it could die, right? Oh no, that's draconic.
You'd have to want it to.
yeah, you'd have to.
You'd have to ask it to die very nicely.
I mean, back in Dragons of Tarkir, I did cast that card choosing dragons. Like when my opponent had a bomb dragon, I just was like,
It's
well,
not an embarrassing card.
we're gonna 1-for-1 that dragon with my potential board wipe.
Yeah, well, go ahead, good sir.
You first.
Oh man, it's one of these, huh?
That is one of those.
Go for it.
Oh boy.
Oh, you don't have black mana. You don't have black mana.
Oh, boy.
Chris.
Oh boy.
Are you ready to see
Inclusion of those islands is coming back to haunt me now.
the saddest Yorion in history?
Loneliest Yorion, perhaps. But it's just on time, isn't it? Just on time. But what for? What am I doing here exactly? All these plays now look quite silly compared to the excitement of your Yorion.
Really? It's 5 mana, 4/5 flying with no text.
Yeah, still good.
Okay. All right. Let me just think now. What am I doing?
If only you had Vanishing Verse to try to kill the... Oh, wait. Not going to work here, Chris.
I mean, beats the heck out of an air elemental, right?
I guess we use the mana efficiently and stuff.
The cooling doge.
You could have used it a little bit more efficiently.
I'm going to ask you, Chris,
Oh, yeah.
why did you include Dueling Coach in your deck? Because I don't think that card's very good.
I mean, it just grows and grows and grows, and you can make a threat.
What does it do? Can I see it?
It's 5 mana to grow it. It's 5 mana
But now
tap.
you've wasted your intercessor on it. You thought it was that big of a threat.
Well, I mean, I can't target anything else with it.
There's that, I suppose. As
I don't
well.
know. It's good if you have like a strong +1/+1 counter theme, but like a 4 mana
York
3/3. I don't know. I don't know.
York has resorted to gaslighting. He's like, "Oh, why'd you use your guy on that?" It's like, well, it was the only target.
Yeah.
This is gaslighting.
Maybe you crew your racer. I'll take that thing.
Can't fool Koffler.
I'm also not a big fan of the flywheel racer. Just in general.
So you're basically
You know
not a
what?
fan of York's deck, then?
No. I know he doesn't run counter spells, so this is gonna probably win the game.
Oh,
Whoa.
nasty, nasty.
Hey,
That's a big mamma jamma.
you think I grab Crux just in case? Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Grab Crux, just in case I play a creature.
What do I even want here? There's so many good cards in
Definitely
my deck.
Yorion's not a dragon, just looks like one. It's a bird serpent, folks.
There is.
What's a good thing to get? I mean, that's pretty good.
Well, 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 well.
You got some kind of.
Guess we'll do this
something?
now, I guess. There's no point of hanging around.
Oh yeah, my guy.
This is not how we wanted it to go down, folks.
This is exactly how I wanted it to go down. And now I get to see your face while all this is happening. Even better.
You see the discomfort and confusion.
Oh, I saw the look on your face when I first started talking and you realized I was here.
Horror. Registered horror.
Got all you got
know
all
what?
the blue mana you could want. Okay,
You got all the Shieldred you could want.
that's a good one.
I don't know. I think I get the feeling I'm just going to load the board with little chumps, and I'm going to regret not playing this. So I'm just going to get it out of the hand now.
It's okay. You can
Oh,
have
no.
your, you can have your guy back.
When I
Fooling
flip,
Doge.
when I flip Shouldred, it gets exiled. So that's a bad target for the counter. It turns out.
It's cute that you think you're gonna flip Shieldred.
Oh, it's going to happen, my friend. It's going to happen.
I had that in my opening pool. I've played 14 matches and it has never transformed. It either died or I won the game because it kills something and beats their face in.
I believe. I believe.
I would not be surprised if I played 20 plus matches and it never got transformed.
Believe.
That's a good
I
card.
don't
I,
even-
I think I'll play one too.
Look at you with your Shouldred. We've all got our little Shouldreds.
I think I'll play one too.
It's cute.
Man, dueling coach is having a bad day.
You're just filling my graveyard and making it more likely that I flip Shouldred.
It's opponent's graveyard, I believe.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
You are helping the opponent's Shieldred.
All about the
Yeah,
Shouldreds now.
the counter would allow an attack here, but
Imagine if, well, Menace allows attacks anyway, but yeah.
I guess that's true.
Chris is always the beatdown.
Survey says.
You better choose the right mode.
That's a good card. That's a good card.
This is you judge me on this. I keep the shoulder down.
Exile my graveyard.
You've chosen wisely. You've drawn a card.
That's always that's the default mode, right?
I would hope so. Are there maniacs who think that something else is the default mode? I will say that when I've played that in Cube, exile target player's graveyard has come up a lot in
Yeah.
Cube.
Card does a lot.
I mean, let's just do this.
Yeah, Strixhaven wasn't like a too much of a mess with the graveyard format.
Now I can't flip my shoulder. Now I'll concede that that's not going to happen.
You're gonna be conceding a whole lot more here soon, Chris.
Oh yeah,
Ouch.
love it.
Them's fighting words. I like it.
There are more winning words, but sure. And well, you can activate your coach finally. Put a counter on something.
Yeah.
No, it can only put a counter on things that already have counters.
Wait, what? What does it do?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
Put a
god!
+1/+1 counter on
So
each creature with a +1/+1 counter.
He works himself out, but it takes a while to get real good.
Look, it scores the same on the Cloud Blazer Index as Sholdred. So
Yeah, Mikaeus the Lunarch does it like twirls a pinky and everything gets a counter. And this dueling coach is like in hours in the gym.
It worked good with the incubator tokens.
But only if they're already creatures.
True.
All right, John. Here's how we stay alive, my friend.
Let's see it. Boom! Flicker the flicker.
It's fine. Either way,
That does gain him more life.
Oh, this is some filth coming down here. Koffler approved filth.
it gains me more life. That's right.
Yeah.
That gives me 2 more life. The small price of a creature,
Did it?
which I'm happy to get rid of. Just don't
that
take the guy
creature-
with the count.
Wait, how are you?
Now, here's
getting
what's
life? What are you
interesting,
talking
John.
about?
Here's what you missed. These incubate tokens, just chock full of counters.
There you go.
They can also get bigger for the small price of 5 mana.
Yeah. You know what? I'd love to see that right now. Why don't you show me how that works?
How about I show you a little
Teach this
something?
man.
Show you a
Teach
little
this
something
man.
else.
All right.
All right. That draw did not help. This is going all the way down to the wire. Now I really got to think.
Same thing
Was
happened last
John
time.
right about something
Oh,
in the building section?
really got to think. Sounds like the beginning of a string of bad decisions.
If you just sideboard into my deck, that's not fair.
That's the ultimate head trip, isn't it?
How many Blade of
well,
Battle
that's
fans?
that's just a concession that somebody built the deck better.
Yeah, I'm not doing sideboarding. I'm not. Because
What's more important, that you win the debate or you win the match?
probably the match.
Depends who you're facing.
But if you win the match with cards that you didn't put in the deck, you know, I don't know.
Oh. That's a good one, but I don't know if I can stretch the mana that thin.
Oh, thin it out.
Or can I?
Yeah, thin it out. Paper thin, Chris. Like
That is pretty good.
you want to see through that mana. You know, you want it thin.
It's a little bit too cute, though. I don't know if it's...
Maybe you just add another color in right now. Maybe you go into Yorion Companion in this last game. You think about that?
Yorion Companion is hilarious.
It's amazing.
Who would do that? Who would ever do that in League?
I'm currently doing that.
I am also currently doing that.
Oh,
This is a safe place where you can talk to other people with heavier sin affliction.
But I will say, as someone who loves a Yorion Companion, Zeke's pool is not the pool for it. It's really not.
what is?
I sadly have to concur with my
I'd like to know what is
colleague
there.
my colleague in the medical profession, deck doctoring.
The deck doctor.
All right, you know what? Just a small substitution
Yep.
that might come in handy, but I think mostly
Take out the dueling coach. Put in something else.
yes, I got you're right. I did good guess. I thought maybe there'd be a late game moment when that would become a happy thing to do. There was no happy moment for that.
Now, even in Strixhaven, that card couldn't really be played.
Don't tell York what he can't do.
Okay, well, we're not. Neither of us are mulliganing this time, so that's something.
We got us a game, as they say.
Well, sometimes you have cards in your hand that are so bad that it's like you mulligan, right?
That's
No, I
There's-
don't know.
there's one of
This
them
time,
right
I don't feel horrible. Like in the last game, I didn't feel good about my prospects, and this time I don't feel horrible, which is something.
Oh, the double striker's back.
Get in the racer.
The Bithkin
And
McKilly Rider?
let's start racing.
It's a Killy Rider.
What's that the kids say? Now this is podcasting?
Oh, yeah, that's what they say.
Oh, no. This is
Oh,
pod
nice.
racing.
Just
Oh,
discard
no.
the bad cards.
This is bad. This is not good.
Think of it as lightening your load.
Ugh.
Just get rid of your bad card.
You know what? There's nothing that really is a great target for this right now, so I'll show you.
Wow, gets rid of some of the little removal in the deck.
That's how good my hand is. Gonna brag
Or how
about it.
delusional he is, also.
Let's take out that rat.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Don't be a rat.
Oh yeah, that's the game.
Well, you're being put to the test here. Does York get a free win?
Yeah, he does. I mean, I'm also missing land drops, but that card's so good. That card's so
Look,
good.
there's a reason he's won double the amount of leagues this year. Double. Straight double.
Jeez, when you say it like
Times
that.
2.
When you
Wild.
say it like that.
Look, I finally caught up to him. It took me a long time.
What is the thing to do? I think we're just gonna attack here, John.
You sure? Maybe I'm the beatdown.
Yeah, I think I'm the beatdown.
I don't know. I think I'm the beatdown.
Can I talk you out of it?
The beatdown.
All right, so I need like vanishing verse off the
I'll have
top.
to get someone more persuasive. York doesn't really take much credence in my advice.
Well, I
Wonder
apparently
why.
can't draw lands, so
An important skill in this game that we love.
it would be nice.
I'm very good at drawing lands.
Yeah, I'll trade you.
Maybe too good, right?
Quite good.
But keep it two land.
Too much, very good.
Never
Say.
draw another land. Yeah, take my guy. I don't even get to surveil. That's a bummer. Take 8, go to 2, or take 4. Lose my blocker, dead next turn either way. No blocks.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't want to give up the racer there. I could have guessed got in for 3 more, but I didn't want to give you a trade. Is
Here
that
we go.
greedy?
The perfect draw. A snarl.
This match was 100% conclusive as to what the better build was.
I think.
Well, you know, I think that's now 2 weeks in a row where my build has proven to be the better build. Just proven scientifically,
You got
proven
it.
to be the better build.
Yep.
Well, that
know
must mean you're way ahead of John in league right now in the standings, right?
he
If
also
I go
I've,
check the standings, you're miles ahead of him, right?
Chris beat
I'll
me in
take
league.
what I can take what I can get. Thanks a lot for the match again, John. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks again,
Let
Chris.
me go.
Smack talking aside, it's always a pleasure.
And you know what? I think both our decks. I mean, there's not a lot of difference there, right? So I think they're both good decks, regardless of whether Zeke wants to choose one or the other, or make his own. You know, maybe we're wrong, and when we post this, we'll post his pool, and people can try.
I mean, he could choose none of the above, for sure.
He might be on Urion 5-color craziness. You know, Zeke loves. I'm surprised. Like neither one of us. He's got a Lutri. He's got a Rutha. He does have a lot of stuff spread out.
Got Lutri too?
Yeah, he's got a Lutri, so he could
Oh
play
my
Lutri.
God.
He could play Urion. He could play neither. Like we just played Urion in the main, but he has a lot of options to go. And
Is there a reason to not play Lutri, or is it just like two of his colors are so much better than blue or red?
I was
It's that just Orzhov where Silverquill is so much stronger
Okay.
than what he's got going on.
Yeah, Silverquill, of course.
yeah. It's you can't really like splash it. He doesn't really have the lands to make the
No.
splash grid. I mean, although in York's deck where he's splashing blue, you know, you might be able to cut the doubles and throw in Lutri for free.
What is the blue splash in?
So he put in
The
blue
blue
for.
splash in my deck was there just for off-color mana activations mostly. So we had a Shattered Seraph that was there. Of course, we got Yorion, and we have the off-color activations on Heliod, copies of Heliod. and also the off-color activation of the Maestro's Initiate.
Yep, so he can activate all that stuff. I'm paying life for Heliod's. He's playing mana. But yeah, maybe you can slide Lutri in there. Cut a Heliod. I don't know how many other doubles you have, but it's definitely possible, right? Although these decks don't really have great instants and sorceries to copy. Vanishing Verse is kind of as good as it gets.
Yeah, you'd lose out of multiples of Gift of Completion, multiples of Billy Rider. You kind of need those in the early game so that you can play your bombs in the late game. And they've got such good synergy with the two Heliods, I wouldn't want to lose that either, right?
Yeah. And then,
Take your word for it.
You're probably throwing in things like Ledger Shredder, making your mana worse and your deck more inconsistent. Ooh. Yeah, he's got some spice, but it's spread out, it's thin, and the removal is not great. But
so good luck to Zeke moving forward. Hope you enjoyed our analysis, our dissection of your pool, and be sure to tune in next time for more of our operations in the Surgical Bay.